Hello, here's Alex from Blacksheep IT Consulting with a quick overview of the enhancements for OCI or Generative AI Integration with Siebel 25.8. So we're looking at a Siebel 25.8 installation. I have a service request created I just inserted random information roughly, and let's take a look at the description. The customer called about information on our latest GenAI driven support app. There's a phone number there, and there is also some progress on this service request. Now, this is not saved yet, and one of the features, of course, that was there in the very first installation of OCI AI integration is the PII detection, which we want to confirm if it's still working. So there's a phone number, should detect that. And also this sentiment analysis, it has already been saved once, so there's already a positive sentiment detected. So let's save this. And we, as expected, we get a phone number present, and there's also date time now, which claims to be present, but that's okay. And I've configured the user properties on the service request PC to mask the phone number and leave the last 6 characters. So you can do that by setting the respective user preferences. So let's take a quick look. Here's the user preferences for a service request, and here is the setting for the mask mode, and also the leave characters unmasked to 6 and modify text to true. So you can play around with those user properties and they work quite well. So that was the PII detection. That still works fine in 25.8. That's good news. But there's some new stuff we want to try. First and foremost, there's the generate GSAT, the generated satisfaction score, and we want to give that a try. So looking at the, coming back to the user properties, looking at the user properties, the GSAT also uses the description field. It can also read the description and comments from any activity attached to the service request. And there's a prompt, the GSAT prompt. Let's take a look at that prompt first. So if you navigate to the Generative AI configuration view, you will find all the prompts that either are custom or standard. Here are the standard prompts for GSAT imported duly by the repository upgrade that I ran on this system. And it says, provide the agent effort score, empathy score, customer effort score, and agent knowledge score by evaluating the following, assign a score, single digit, and so forth. So that is the preamble to the prompt, and that is then, of course, concatenated with the description. It's sent off to the GenAI, and it will populate data in a new business component, and that will be visible in a new view. And when is that triggered? Let's take a look at the action sets. So of course there are some new action sets imported. All these action sets start with OCI, so you can see there's an action set with a nice description. GSAT data trigger when SR status is changed to close. Of course, that description is not how it works. There is, of course, an event where this action set is associated. So let's quickly find it just for the sake of completeness. So here we see that when the service request status field is set and the system preference is set to yes, which it is, and the status is closed and description is not null. So if these criteria are satisfied, then we should trigger the GSAT feature. So let's try it out. Back to the service request. So let's set this to closed. Okay, there's a slight delay, so something is happening in the background. And okay, it's set to closed. And the substatus is also set to resolved now. So I save this one more time. And there's nothing here on in case in terms of a pop-up, but let's go to the new AI assist view. And we can see that their information there was set by the AI. So resolution achievement, yes, because we have indicated that the customer is, well, happy with the change. And we have some scores: customer effort 3, agent effort 4, agent knowledge, empathy score. So this, of course, was made up by the AI on the basis of the input data. And if you look at the log files, then the OCI AI service log, you can actually see the response from the AI. So here's actually more information is provided. So the agent effort score 4, which and all this data is the response from the AI. And this data is then literally copied over into the business component. So that's working quite well. So for the next use case that was introduced with 25.8, that's the address data extraction. So I have a PNG image here, which I quickly open. So that's just literally a PowerPoint slide saved as a PNG, and it has some address data in it. So that's an image of, well, maybe a business card or something like that. And if we upload this as an attachment, so let me just reopen, make sure that it's reopened again. And let's go to the attachments view for service requests, that is. We can attach that. And it's just a regular attachment, but you notice there's a new button here in 25.8, extract. So let's just, without further ado, click that button with the PNG file attached, and you can see, okay, there's customer address maintenance, a pop-up with the address data. Somehow missed the country. Okay, so there should be USA in the drop-down. Yeah, it missed the country. Well, there's that. But I now have the address in the form of a Siebel applet, and I can accept that data now, or can edit the data. And once I click accept, this will be saved in the address maintenance BC. So let's find that customer address maintenance view. And here's the new address of the customer stored. So this is obviously for replacing customer's address, etc. So very nice use case. How does it work? Well, we have to look at the user properties of the service request attachment BC, which has the freshly imported extract image chat user properties, and it's using a Llama business, large language model. And you can see the image URL data, and you can see the output to other business component. And if you look at the config file, so that's the OCI config properties, where we can find that Oracle in this version uses the Meta Llama 4 Maverick model, which is available on OCI. And you can use other LLMs as well, but they must be multimodal, so they must support images. And you can see that the supported image types are restricted to PNG, JPEG, and there's a maximum image size and multimodal image for summarized true. So that actually enables that for text summarization. It takes the attachments from the service request as well. The text summarization is the one feature that was available or is available for activities. So yeah, with these settings here, of course, you see that you can only use the image extraction with a multimodal LLM, which at the time of this recording is only available in Chicago. So I've set the GenAI region to Chicago, which is a region I can use in my tenancy on OCI. Okay, and with that, we had a quick overview of what is new in GenAI use cases in 25.8. Thanks for watching. Take care and bye-bye.